We're having a few issues, but here we are. In today's Picks 11 Health Matters, breakfast, it's often called the most important meal of the day.
That's right, and it turns out many of us are doing it wrong, okay? Nidhi Pandya is an Ayurvedic practitioner, and she is joining us now to walk us through how we can break those bad breakfast habits. Great to see you again, Nidhi. So let's talk more about this, because I know I'm doing it wrong.
Are you?
100% I'm doing it wrong.
I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but
so
let's do it.
There's so much contradicting information, though, that should it be protein? Should it be fruit? Should it be a complex carb? Is it all of the above?
Yeah. I think the most important things to understand is that in the morning what happens inside our body. And what happens is when we wake up, we have a natural sugar high. So sugar rises, cortisol, which is a stress hormone, rises. And the reason they rise is because otherwise we would be staying in our bed. So the body gives you this boost of let's get inspired, let's get into the day. And your job for your breakfast and what you do in the morning is to stabilize these two. The second thing you want to know is that the environment in the gut is still damp from the night. Your gastric juices are not fired up, your insulin is not working at its best, so it's kind of like just waking up. So whatever you eat, you got to keep this in mind. So people often ask me, what are the top 5 breakfast items that you can eat in living in New York? And or the 5 worst, but let's do the 5 best, right? So I say you want to eat, firstly you want to eat something because chewing by itself allows you to regulate your blood sugar.
Oh, really?
So like a warm bowl of oatmeal, like steel cut oats, right? It has carbohydrates, it has fiber, it will slow down the sugar, it'll make you feel grounded. Or let's say one of the breakfasts that I love is a hot cup of spiced milk. So you can put cinnamon.
Spiced milk?
So you put cinnamon, you put turmeric, you make a golden milk, and you can eat it with a side of almonds, ideally soaked overnight. And what that does is it's rich in fat and magnesium. And magnesium is known to lower cortisol and regulate blood sugar.
Oh.
And so those two happen. Then also, if you don't have the time, just a hot cup of water with powdered ginger, very quick. That's a great way to start cutting down sugar. It's an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. All the gunk that you have from the previous day starts to get digested today. So these are 3 really good breakfast options. If you want, I can give you more.
Where do you get powdered ginger?
Everywhere.
Everywhere,
Every
really?
spice aisle, every single grocery store.
Okay.
Can I ask you something, though? What's been really popular, and I have some friends that do this, they do intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Is that a smart way to start your day?
Yeah, and I think that's a great question. I'm glad you asked it. I'll tell you, so intermittent fasting, before electricity came into our worlds, we were all intermittent fasters because nobody really ate after sunset. This whole idea of a big dinner is only 100 years old. So, but the intermittent fasting is in the evening.
So it's evening?
It's evening. Once the sun rises, about 30 to 60 minutes after that, and especially if you're a woman, you need to eat food to stabilize your blood sugar, to stabilize your hormones. Otherwise, you can really have a sugar crash and not feel great for the rest of your day.
Okay.
So what are some bad options then? Because for me, I know I'm throwing down a cup of coffee, a shot of espresso, and a protein bar, hopping in the car and on the move.
You're not going to like me at all. But that is the first bad option, right? Black coffee, because what it does, it amplifies the cortisol that's already in your body. So it's a stress hormone, which means it fires up your body like a nuclear blast, and then it slows everything down. It overstimulates you, and then it slows everything down. And then for the rest of the day, you're fluctuating. So that's what black coffee. But if you want to do your coffee, I would say do a cappuccino, do it with something, pair it with something to eat on the side, right?
Okay.
But another really bad breakfast that people do are smoothies and like protein shakes.
Yeah.
Those are bad for you.
And I'll tell you why, right? So what the smoothie does, for example, they're almost always sweet. And it raises your blood sugar. It destabilizes your gut. But also your gut is a warm metabolic place. If you think about it, unless something is warm, it cannot transform. You cannot even charge your phone without electricity, right? So your gut, which is just being fired up, now has something cold and damp and soggy in it. It's going to slow down the release of gastric juices. So that's what smoothies do. But even protein shakes, right? Protein, now they're understanding that protein needs to be cooked and paired well. Protein, if you eat it with a carbohydrate, how it was traditionally eaten, carbohydrates raise insulin. Insulin helps the uptake of amino acids, which means you're going to actually build better muscle if you're going to pair your proteins well.
Right.
So all of these, a lot of drinking options. You want to be chewing your breakfast.
Yeah, you didn't say protein bar though, so I'm in the clear.
I would rather you keep something warm, but yes, okay, I'll give you the protein bar if you want it.
But what about people that just decide, I'm just going to skip breakfast?
And I'll tell you, unfortunately, men can afford this a little bit more than women. But I will say that eventually what happens, your hunger hormone rises a lot, and your body, and when your hunger hormone ghrelin rises, right? When it's high, it wants starchy, dense foods, but your body may not have the ability to digest that what you eat then altogether. But if you're doing a small breakfast, it has to be smaller than lunch. You do a big lunch because your gut is fired up, your insulin sensitivity is higher, your body is so ready. At that point, you can digest whatever you eat better.
Yeah.
So people are trying to minimize calories instead of creating more efficient metabolism. My work is around creating efficiencies in your metabolism.
We have to go, our time has run out, but real quickly, a lot of people always say that you should always eat a huge breakfast and then the rest of your meals are light. Is that not true then?
That's a 1900s concept. That's like an industrial revolution concept where he said, eat whatever you can, go and work all day.
Right.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, and
But
burn it off.
If you look at our ancestors, if you look at our biochemistry and you see what's happening in our body, your body is not ready to take the food.
Right.
Like even plants cannot do photosynthesis till the sun is high up in the sky.
Yeah.
See?
So
That's me. No, I can't do anything until the sun's high in the sky. Nidhi, thank you for being here. Appreciate you.
Really helpful.
Your book, Your Body Already Knows, Your Body Already Knows is available wherever books are sold.
All right.